Wow. Welcome back to episode 11 of the Real Talk Trader. And today we've got Connor with us. Connor's been trading with me for quite a while now. We go quite far back with our trading journey. So I thought it was quite important to get him on the podcast to give his experience and where he's at. So welcome, Connor. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. How's your day been?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy with work at the minute. I mean, it's a bit better. So I sell tech. I'm in tech sales at the minute. Always have been. But now's kind of a bit of a refreshing period. With summer holidays and things like that, it's not as busy, so it's quite relaxed at the minute. It's fair to say. How have you been getting on?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Bagged another 200k accounts today, so can't
That's tired.
complain. So,
Tired.
what I want to get into today is just your trading journey because I'm sure you don't mind me saying, but you've struggled with your mindset quite a bit with trading. Everyone does.
Yeah.
I have, if someone tells you they are a trader and they've not struggled with their mindset, then you need to tell them to do one because they are 100% lying. So, talk us from the start of your trading journey. What got you into trading? And what got you then into auto trading?
So my trading journey probably started, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago. Left school, figuring out what to do with my life, and then I think I went through the same phases. I'm pretty sure about 90% of people went through, where you saw the Instagram profiles, you saw the nice cars, it drew you
The
in.
Instagram gurus,
Yeah,
right?
Instagram trader. Yeah, I was that person. I got sucked in. But yeah, I started initially through the whole kind of, what do you call it now?
Signals?
Signals, that's the one. Yeah, so I started knowing absolutely zero about charts, signals, looking at numbers, not understanding what anything meant, and just losing money basically. Been that off very quickly. Probably about a year later, I got introduced into the first world like copy trading.
Okay.
And I think I've briefly told you this story before, but that was pretty painful. So started with a small amount of money, saw it was working. I then right, great. I'm going to put $5,000 into it and see what happens, right? And
Yeah, I
just
remember this.
from my lack of experience, obviously the way I'd set it up and everything, I literally was sat where I am right now, watching $5,000 tick all the way down to zero, and that happened in
Oh,
about 10
God.
minutes. So that really put me off for a good probably 2-ish years.
What made
Always
you what
seen the
made you
golden.
get back into it?
So I'd always seen the golden suite. Saw when Ryan was obviously doing the manual stuff, but never really stepped back into the ring again because I probably wasn't ready. I then broke my leg playing football back in December 2023, and obviously I was
It
laid
was a
up
pretty
for.
bad break, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was bad. I snapped my tib and fib, and I've actually got to get another operation on it. Speaking of which, so I'm
Oh,
going back
God.
under the knife in October. But hopefully that's the last one. That's just to get the rest of the metalwork taken out, and then after that I should be good. But yeah, when I was laid up in bed, obviously not doing a lot, I kind of said to myself, look, if I really put my mind to this, like I will get it. And that's kind of when Ryan brought the first iteration of Next Gen out. That was when the strategies were fit. That was when the strategies were actually fixed. So it was like EuroCAD, wasn't it? I can't remember what the other one was, but I remember the
UJ?
EuroCAD. Yeah, UJ. So that's when I first got involved with that. Obviously, it was really good. We were getting quite consistent profits. It Don't get me wrong, we weren't making 10% in a week or anything. Like, it was very steady ones. I think it was only 1 to like 1.5s at that point. It was
Yeah.
very scalpy, but it was very consistent. And that's obviously when I started to build up the trust in automation and just letting it run. And then Ryan obviously then launched the first version of the Next Gen, which was when we all got into strategy making and generation and things like that. And what I think the first strategies, and I don't remember this, everyone started going mental on Ethereum, trying to make
Yes.
Ethereum strategies.
You could get
And
strategies
then
with like 200% profit, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, and then we realised that no prop firm was crazy enough to give us the leverage that we needed to trade them. But yeah, that's obviously when GJ was a massive one. So GJ, I think for all of us past funded accounts, just single handedly, to be honest.
Yeah.
then carried on that journey. Joined you in 15.5 for a while. Once I had my next gen set up, and 15.5 was good for me. And I think we'll talk about this later. But the strategy was brilliant. I think for me, it just wasn't. I couldn't execute it the way I needed to be a profitable trader with it, if you know what I mean. But that's due to kind of working with full time. And then kind of more recently, I've developed my own kind of manual trading strategy with bits that I've picked up from people, and things I've learned over time. And in the background, as you know, I completely forgot, but I'm actually running gold next gen strategies that are kind of in the background, just making me steady money on funded challenges.
Nice. And what kind of return is it giving you on your automation?
So gold, so it fluctuates really. So I very much was a big tweaker in the beginning. So I created a strategy, and I think from January 2020, from January this year to March, when I pulled my profit stats, I think I'd made something like 27%. But that was across, I think it must have been 6 strategies. So I had gold, normal, trading stop loss, and then I had DAX doing what that was doing, and I had too many strategies. But yeah, it was making crazy returns. Now I'm literally only running 3 strategies right now. So I only run gold. I only run gold on a scalp. I run gold long scalps. I run gold long trading stop loss. As the gold market inevitably is always going to do what it's going to do. And then I've got an oil scalp, and that's all I run now. But I'd say that's probably sitting at a steady 5% between all of them. But I don't even really look at it now. I buy the occasional account when I pull a withdrawal out. I buy the occasional account. But other than that, I just wait for emails saying you can withdraw. Or
you can withdraw. You pass. But it wasn't that like you're saying now. You just happily leave them alone. It definitely wasn't like this though. A few months back, because you talk about 15.5, and I always said to you, I remember saying to you at the meetup last year, which was pretty much a year ago, that you will make it in trading if you create something that works for you.
100%, and I think that's where I'm at with gold now. So in terms of what my day looks like, I'm up at 7. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning. 7 o'clock, I'm leaving my house. Realistically, I'm on the phones all day, or I'm in customer meetings. Like I haven't. If an alert goes off, I haven't got time to watch a zone and wait for a reverse or something like that. I haven't got the time to do that on a consistent basis. So where I'm trading with gold at the minute, right, is I have an exact area of kind of interest that I'm looking for, that I know 7 out of 10 times I'm going to get a reaction off of it. So that works for me, right? Because I know when that alert goes off, I know that I set my stop loss at either 20, 25, 30, or however much it needs to cover either it. Normally it's a fair value gap, or sometimes it's an order block. But I know that my stop loss sits below that. My alert goes off, I place my trade, my stop loss goes on, my TP goes at the next area of liquidity. And other than that, I turn my phone off and crack on with what I'm doing. But that works really well for me, because I know as soon as
it works for you.
Exactly. And I know when that alert goes off, my trade gets placed. I don't need to look at anything else, because I've done my analysis either the night before, or if you probably look at my gold chart at the minute, I've got alerts set at so many different levels. So I know that when that alert goes off, I'm expecting a certain sort of reaction, because my analysis is done Sunday or updated in the evenings, and then that's me. I leave the rest alone, really. But yeah, as I say, 15.5 didn't work for me, because it required more attention to what's going on, and maybe sitting there for half an hour or 20 minutes or however long to get that reaction, which is kind of, it's difficult.
It's key.
You know what I mean?
It's key. It is different. But I've always said to you, you have to find something that works for you. And look, if you would have said this to me last year, will I be where I am now taking withdrawals? probably would have said to you, you're probably bouncing
and the thing
around
is,
different things.
and I think that's the thing, right? And whether I was under the easy's not the right word. I think, as you said earlier in the beginning, right? Anyone that's not had mindset issues is lying to you.
Yeah.
And you saw this the other day. I'm nowhere near perfect yet, in the sense that I chased a DAX trade 3 days ago. Or was it? It might be 3 days ago. It was the end of last week. I still chased a trade that I shouldn't have done, but I know that I'm not going to get to be in the trade I want to be in a 3-month period. It's going to take 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and probably more years, probably 2 years. But I know that if I consistently do the graph, and as long as I keep turning up with correct risk management, yes, I might not always take the right trade, or yes, I might fiddle with something. But if I always set a mental barrier in my head that if I take 2 losses, regardless of what the losses are, I walk away, I don't stare, I don't look at it. So even if I did take the wrong trade, or I took the trade for the wrong reason, even if I've only taken 2, everything else is recoverable. But
How did you get to this point though? Because I think this is key for the viewers. Is everyone, because you did hit rock bottom at one point, well, recently, and then all of a sudden you came back and.
I think it's 2 things, right? I think one is patience. I think everyone comes into this with this idea that you won't get emotional about it the first time you do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's allowing yourself in the first instance to maybe feel that emotion and do the wrong things. But it's over time that becomes less and less, and it's almost that saying, like, the less you care, the better you trade.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're not chasing the money. You're not chasing a 9% trade doesn't mean you've made $9,000 if you know $9,000 or whatever. What you're trading is the chart, and you're trading good setups. And I think that's where you take the money out of it, and make it about the trade, about the actual trading and the price action and the move. That's when you become a successful trader, because the money doesn't matter. Because if you're bang on with the price action, the money's a secondary thing that happens. I'm not there yet, but it's a process, right? And I scaled up my I obviously started that small manual account with my brand new strategy 3 weeks ago. But I passed it, which was 10%, and then obviously 5%. I've scaled it once, which was another 10%, and then I'm 6% of the way to scaling it twice. So
wow, and that's just with you being consistent.
Yeah, and that's just consistency, right? And I think, and I said it to you before, or we spoke about it before. Like every strategy out there is profitable. It's the person that's trading it that either makes it profitable or makes it not.
Yeah, I totally get that, and you've done really well. But one thing I think that's helped you as well is obviously you spent time focusing on your goal strategy, but the fact that you've been focusing so much on that and just left your auto to do its thing, which is what it's there for, you're now profitable on that as well.
No, 100%, and that's the thing, right? For me, I mean, for me, obviously, everyone knows that ADHD plays a big part in it, right? So when I get proper into something, it's really hard to kind of deviate it. And I think that was my problem with auto in the first instance, that was my complete and utter focus. So every time something went wrong or different, I had to kind of consistently tweak it or do something different. Whereas now I've got my manual stuff, but actually my manual stuff I'm really confident in. All I need to do now is just work on executing that. My autos, obviously, now I've built trust in that, so that's profitable. All I now need to do is work on executing my manual strategy, and then I've kind of got a double whammy, and I'm kind of in the place I set out to be, really.
You've done really well. Like where you were at the start of the year to now, like I literally cannot get over.
I wasn't trading at the start of the year.
But you were in a bad. You were still messaging here and there. You were in a low place, thinking, do I get back on it? Don't I? And look, you got back on it. You took that break, and now look at you. You're taking payouts. So if you were talking to someone that said, look, Connor, I want to get into automated trading, should I do it, and why should I do it? what would you say?
I think the answer is yes, 100%. I think the answer is yes, 100%, because at the end of the day, we all want to live our lives. We've all got things to do, whether that be work or whether you want your own time or whatever. I think the answer is yes, 100%. Because look, there's loads of us doing it now. Jake's max funded, just become max funded on FTMO. I'm sure there's others that are going to get very close to approaching that kind of ballpark in terms of amount of funding. So it's very consistent. What I think we're also seeing now is a lot of new members are becoming profitable, probably even quicker than we were in the first instance.
Yeah.
So they're coming in. They're coming in with all of our knowledge and experience of kind of the first time round when we all started. So I think new members are absolutely flying. Like, if you don't take risks at the end of the day, if you don't take risks and get out of your comfort zone, then you're not going to progress in life. It's as simple as that.
No, that's exactly true. And I say that to so many people. There's so many people that probably talk to all of us and they're just sat there thinking, should I, shouldn't I? The upfront fees quite a lot. Well, as you've just literally said, members are making money pretty quickly, but we all know that the markets will do what they want. So where do you see your trading, or what are your goals for the next 6 months?
Next 6 months, I think on the auto side of it, I think the auto side definitely is to get 200 to get that to 200k funded. Just
okay.
Get 200k passed. Let it do its thing. If it's making me 4% a month, depends how risky you are. It depends how risk averse you are. I'd probably, knowing me, leave them on 1%. So that might do some nice money there. And then I think on the manual side of things, my goal is obviously to buy. As you know, I've just bought my first 100k FTMO account. So my first goal is to scrape that one over the line. And then I think from there, it's going all right. It's very up and down. I mean, I missed is the wrong word. I poorly executed two trades, one yesterday and one this morning, both which would have had me passed, but we move on. So that's currently sat at 1%. That's currently sat at 1%.
Okay.
So that's fine. And look, at the end of the day, we both know, FOMO is a massive thing, right? And yes, gold's moved from probably over 1,000 pips, well over 1,000 pips in the last 2 days. But it also did that 2 weeks ago. So it's choosing your opportunities. But yeah, I think my goal for the next 6 months is to get 200k with automation, and then top that 200k up with manuals. Hopefully, and I say this ambitiously, I would like to be max allocation with FTMO in 6 months.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
100% is possible. 100% is possible. And I think the way I'm going right now, as long as I can keep myself in the zone, there's no reason why I can't achieve that in the next 6 months.
No, you've got this. So what we're going to do then is January, February next year, we're going to get you back on, and we're gonna see whether you've done it. I think you will. You've come so far, so already in 2025. So just keep your head focused, and you've definitely dropped a few things that people will definitely be able to relate to and understand, because we are human. This is why automation works, because we can let a system do its thing. But you and I that come from manual trading, we still want to manual trade. So, we can now understand what we do wrong.
No, exactly. And I think this is the thing, right? I think trading gets a lot out there. Trading gets a lot of bad rep, right? And I think it's inevitable. Obviously, the industry it's inevitable. But we're all just normal people. There's no one in the group that I'd say is any different to the rest of us. We're just normal people that took a risk, saw an opportunity, and wanted to better ourselves in the future. And I think that's exactly what we're doing.
I think that's a perfect ending. I think we'll leave it there. So we will see you again on the podcast in 6 months. see where you're at. But thank you for coming on. And we wish you all the best for the rest of the year.